Okay, well, don't do anything at all. I guess we're just gonna go live. Oh, what happened?
We are
again?
live. As Eric couldn't make it
We're
tonight,
live.
his thumb's here.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Anybody there? Oh,
Hey.
we're live now. Oh, doing that.
Bloody hell, you sound like a clown car then, Jay.
Hmm?
You sound like a clown's car then.
Wow. Okay.
It's all right, nobody's watching. I think we got away with it.
I'm just laughing at Eric.
He's got himself in a tease. Leave him alone.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be really bad. I'm happy right now.
Oh, honey. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. We're still here. Still got to do the show. Still good.
Crap. What the hell?
It just says in the description tea.
I can't hear anybody.
Let's talk about tea tonight.
Just tea. It's funny.
What's your favourite blend?
Tea.
Tea.
Hi, William.
Yorkshire tea.
Hi, William.
Hey up, guys.
Oh, it's 3 people watching now. Now we're going to start acting a bit professional. Where's he gone?
I don't know.
Oh, bless him. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hi, William. Well,
Sorry, is anybody else having technical difficulties in America since the since they had the solar eclipse?
oh,
We did wonder, William. We were thinking tea. Hello, Mr. Southey. I hope you and your good lady wife are doing very well, sir.
Mr. Subby.
Hey.
I'm just going to share out a bit as well.
That's all right. I'm flying through all the sharing as quick as I can.
Oh,
So,
hang on. Hey!
he's back again.
All right. I have to use my data because my internet's out.
Oh, God.
Oh,
You
bless
know?
him.
Oh, hang on. He's not having a good time. Hello, Annette.
Hey.
I'll put the comments up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
bless-
Eric frozen?
Yeah.
Or is he just taking a piss? Poor old Eric. He's not having a very good time with it.
No. But bless him. He'll be on when he can. But anyway, tonight we're supposed to be talking about vandalism in haunted properties. So this is early. Is it?
No,
You put your clock
it's fine.
back or forward.
7 o'clock on the dot.
Sorry, vandalism in historic buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all
Historic
for
buildings.
it.
You are?
I'm all for it.
Oh,
Of course I'm not. No,
yeah.
it's abhorrent. It's absolutely disgusting. And it is one of those things that grates on me more than anything. Particularly when not so much the vandalism, but the abuse of a property.
Yeah.
So, for example, the one thing that comes to mind, and it really pissed me off, and I think it put them off of bringing groups in, and I can't blame them for it, was at a particular airfield. You know the one, Viv, because you'll do stuff with them.
Yeah.
And the problem they had there was that you couldn't get to the top of the actual control tower for whatever reason. And it comes to the point where people were trying to climb up the outside of it. These are paranormal groups or teams that went there, and to get access. Now, if there's no access to it, you don't go.
You
near
can't
it.
go.
There's a reason for that, right? You know, there's rules and regulations, and you should adhere to them. But they didn't, did they? And then they were caught dropping from the top of it. Now, the problem there is, if they break a leg, who gets hit for liability? You know, and those airfields, they're run by voluntary staff and they're run on a shoestring.
Yeah.
You know, even though they've got insurance, that's not the point. That isn't the point at all. And I think if they fell and broke your leg, then that's down to them. And I've got no sympathy for them. But yeah, abuse and damage of properties, historical properties, or any property, but particularly historical, is justifying the most abhorrent of all things. You know?
Yep. No.
William says, I'm surprised they didn't try and vandalise
Well,
30 East Drive.
I know. Well, there is a team that went in there that did exactly that.
Yeah,
Really?
your favourite team, Mr. Southey.
Well,
Didn't they smash a doorway? A
Yeah,
window?
he went through one of the double doors there, and then they refused to pay for it,
Oh wow.
allegedly. But I saw the aftermath, and it wasn't nice.
Right. So while we're on the TV program and vandalism in historic places, now I'm going to talk about it quite freely, and if they want to come and sue me, they can. I really don't care. I'm going to go on a rant here. Codner Castle Farmhouse Cottages, when a haunted doll, all of a sudden caught fire.
Oh wow.
Right? So those scorch marks are still on the beam, one of the main beams in the attic upstairs, and they caused damage to it. Okay, it's a semi-derelict property anyway. But to do that on top, just because you're a TV show, it's going out on terrestrial TV, do they think that it gives them the right to do that and damage somebody else's property even further? No, it doesn't.
No. Still a historic building, isn't it?
Absolutely disgusting. And I'm surprised that they are. I'm not surprised that they are no more. And now they're sort of scratching at going round theatres and discrediting mediums that have now since passed on because he's not here now to defend himself. I'm sorry, those people are absolutely lowest of the low.
Do you know what I find ironic about that? Going around accusing people that can't defend themselves when they're the worst perpetrators of it.
Exactly. Sorry, I had a rant there, Lo. I couldn't help myself.
That's all right.
Right
I mean,
to.
I'm totally like you guys. I totally don't like the whole vandalism, but I think then we should be holding accountability when owners buy a building, get bored of it because it's not bringing them the cash cow, and they leave it to be destroyed. I think that they should be haunted.
I'm going to speak on behalf of my. I'll have a family member that buys and sells buildings. He buys hotels, he does them up, and then he sells them. And he sells them at a profit. He's a businessman. And he bought a particular building, didn't look into it, found out it was a listed building. It was in a semi-derelict state. And they told him that you have to restore this building to look like this and spend this amount of money and get these experts in and pay for this and pay for that. It's like a bottomless pit. And so he'd bought the building and he'd bought the land, surrounding land. So instead of having to fork out a lot of millions, he put a fence around it, do not enter, blah, de blah, and left it. And he thought, right, and this is a business head of his, I will leave it. So long as I don't touch it, I pay the rates, pay for this, that, and the other, I can leave it as it is. And people went into that building and set fire to it. They set fire to it. There was vagrants living in there. He did nothing about that. He just said, try and put the security up a bit better so I don't get caught for any accidents or things that happen on the property. Because he has signage, he didn't have to do what he did because the law stood by him. And he left it and left it and left it. And in the end, my uncle said, once that building falls down, I can then build on it what I want. And it is worth more to me now for the land proper area and not the building. he initially wanted to renovate the building and turn it into a hotel and sell it on. But he wasn't able to do that. So he's now left that for that place to rot and decay. And he said, people can go in there, do what they want. I really don't care. He said, I'm only in it now for the land. And he still owns that piece of property. I don't think there's much of it left. And he's waiting for the last bits to go, and then he can start building on it. So when it comes to people saying,
Who's got a
yeah, I can hear the echo. Yeah.
someone got a speaker on? Or?
Yeah, it's probably me.
So it's not necessarily about the landowners letting people do that. It's the fact that these landowners have no choice. Eric, can you turn your volume down a little bit?
Yeah, hold on.
I think it might be Eric.
Yeah, it is me. It's not going to work.
Oh, bless him.
He's having trouble tonight. Poor sod.
There we go. Wait, no, which one's
Have you
which?
got earphones, Eric? You can put in instead.
Yeah, hold on. Somewhere.
Hello.
Let's just.
Hello.
Oh, I can edit his mic settings from here.
11.
Mm.
I know, right? Let me just remove him for the
Of course,
moment.
I can't find anything.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Oh,
I've got him backstage.
oh,
So
He's
no,
not,
yeah.
he's not having a good one tonight, bless him.
So that was just my stance, and it's not everyone that's in that position. There's other people that buy it, and yeah, I don't know what their positions are, but my uncle is that.
I mean, there is people who generally want to do something with the building, but I'm more aiming it towards people who generally don't want to do nothing with the building because obviously they're worried about losing money. Like, for example, in Ayr, there's a hotel. Well, there was a hotel. The owners got their use out of it, got the money that they got from it, and basically left it to rot. And now it affects the train station because it's been condemned and dangerous. And when it had a fire, it put off the trains, and they've been like the back and forth trying to track this guy, costing ourselves even more money trying to track this guy because he's now abroad somewhere. And now the council's just been like, you know what, just knock it down. It can't stay up because.
But you know, these people that buy these large buildings like that, they don't run it as an individual. It is a company. And if that company, I don't know how it works in Scotland, but if they've got a company, that company's responsible for that building. And that company has to involve, like when you've got your profit and loss and you're reporting to HMRC, you still have to include that company's profits. When I say profits, you've got also things within the building that's worth something. So if you've got a door or I don't know,
Like your assets.
a chandelier, yeah, you would have to include that within it. So it all sort of marries up. I think there's more to this than the average ghost hunter that does it for a hobby actually realizes. You've got to view it as a business from start to finish, and I know that from doing the Paracons. So when you run a Paracon, you got to see that as a business. Your first year, you won't make any money. Your second year, you should break even, and the third year, a little bit of profit, and then you build within that. But I think it's a difficult one when it comes to buildings because here he is. Sorry, Eric. You're like a pilot now.
Can you hear me okay?
That's better.
That's
Oh,
oh.
Maybe we spoke too soon.
did I jinx it, Lo?
Oh, what's
You
going on
did.
with Eric
You
again?
mental. Stop.
Oh, he's gone.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why. See, I understand the business owner point of view, but I don't. It's a difficult one because you have urbexers that go in, and some of them basically. Some people really have a go at urbexers. They do. But you have the majority of urbexers that go in, and if you like, they're keeping an eye on the place, making sure nobody's setting fire to it. These urbex are ghost hunter ones, that they're not people are not smashing things up and seeing dead animals like dead sheep blown up, ready to explode, lying in the building because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And there are for and against. But when it comes to vandalism, I'm sorry, there is just no place for it at all. I've seen vandalism, good vandalism. Dan, you're going to hate me. I've seen vandalism which was drawings and carvings and etchings. I've seen them in churches. I've seen them in historical buildings that depict what was going on at the time.
It's part of history, isn't it?
Yeah, but this historical vandalism tells a story of what was happening. Like, for example, there's a place here called Red Mount, and there is vandalism etched on the walls by prisoners, which was showing Castle Rising. So this is historic vandalism, and whether it's good vandalism or bad vandalism, it depends how you view it.
Yeah,
I say it's good vandalism.
I find that as interesting as the building itself. And we've got one out here in Hertfordshire that's got Latin. It's written in Latin because obviously a lot of people used to speak that centuries ago.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, it was clearly about a couple of villagers, or it was about one woman in the village particularly. And when they decoded it from Latin, they deciphered it. He said, "Margaret is a whore." Right? But that's what he said. It's like Blue was Margaret, and why wasn't I knocking around at that period? But it's like, you know what I mean? It's amazing though. It's really, but I find that intriguing because these are real personalities that lived in that village 800, 900 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? And even the stuff that's modern, the stuff like the Second World War, that you see people that are, you know, ex-service or servicemen that have been over here and they've been billeted wherever, American servicemen, whoever, and they write their names up. And that's interesting because you think, well, I wonder what happened to them. Did they get to go home? What happened when they went home? Where did they come from? All interesting stuff.
There's a pub near.
Try to get it to go. No, I'm not sit down.
That's got all the names and that and carvings and that in the woodwork in the pub.
It's got it in the windows as well. I've been to that pub. It's amazing. Yeah. The American Airmen that were based up there, it's out Bassingbourne way.
That's it.
And what they've done is they've drawn beasts. It's amazing, the artwork. Yeah. I don't know how they've done it. They've drawn in the glass on the windows B-17s.
Wow.
It's amazing. Amazing. And then they put the crew names underneath.
Yeah.
Really, really
That's
cool.
good.
Part of history, you know?
Lois, here's a good question. Do ghosts pay their taxes?
They do, don't they? They
probably. I was going to say they probably pay. They probably pay their taxes better than Jimmy Carr.
That's true. That's true.
You know what? In saying that, though, some of these more famous hauntings where the ghost hunters are paying to go to the venue because of this famous haunting and investigate, and then the venue pays their taxes. I suppose in a way they do pay tax, don't they?
Bringing money in, yeah.
So in answer to your question, William, I would say yes, they do pay tax. Some of them
do.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we to read that out for you, Eric?
Yeah.
People and companies need to do their homework before buying buildings, and there are some whose game plan is to buy and let the property fall apart so they have the land. And that's exactly right, William.
Yeah.
I know.
Hi, Nori.
Does vandalism include throwing stones at people from behind cameras?
Only if you hit the building.
See you later, William. I'll
Bye,
give you a call
William.
this week.
Bye, William.
See you later, William. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. I'm having problems with my internet. I'm getting a new one soon, like hopefully tomorrow.
Good. That's all right. It
Oh,
happens.
bless you.
These things happen.
Yeah,
That's what
you
it is,
look
isn't
like an airline pilot at the moment with your headphones and your microphone.
Keep losing audio.
Yeah.
What about vandalism caused by ghost hunters? Has anybody seen anything, or in their time that they've been investigating, or have you heard of anything?
No,
Well,
I haven't seen nothing.
No.
I've only heard
I have,
stories.
but I don't know if you would class it as vandalism. Well, I suppose.
It is.
Well, it's no MH. Depends on how you see it. In the sense that,
I don't call it art.
well,
What are you on about, Lo? What in what sense?
well, depends
mention
on how
any
you
names.
see it.
Don't mention any names.
Viv, see, this is why I love Viv, because Viv's my telepathic. She thinks for how I'm thinking.
Don't mention any names.
Oh, believe me, going to get the time of day.
Was it that striking midnight couple? They're terrible.
No, I will them. Aye.
It's a thruple. Let me correct you. It's a thruple. There's him over there.
Oh, fuck off. You got more chance of seeing a ghost than him.
He's looking a bit pale, isn't he?
I can see through him.
Sorry, no. Go on, carry on.
Sorry, Lo.
It depends on how you look at people costing you or teams costing you a building, if that's really vandalism. Well, sabotage, I suppose, if you think it.
Yeah, that's a good word, that, for you. That's a good word, Lo. Sabotage. I
still
like
haven't got a
that.
clue what this is about.
Indeed.
Have you, Jay?
Right, so I have seen, or I have known, and it came reported back to me that it's not an act of vandalism; it's a sabotage.
Sabotage.
A sabotage. I like that word, Lo. I'm not going to use that.
I love that word.
Somebody had stolen an item of historic value, not worth thousands and thousands of pounds. I'm not going to say what the item was or where it was. But this item had been stolen, which resulted in that area being locked down and ghost hunters not going in there. It's been reported to me that someone had organised a ghost hunt, and then because they weren't feeling well, they sent people off in teams, as you do. And then this person threw up all over the carpet.
Ew.
But then rather than cleaning it up like a normal person would do, they trod it into the carpet and mixed it up so nobody would notice.
No,
to me, that is an act of vandalism.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
And if I had been in that venue and opened it up the next morning and had come across that, trust me, that person would not be doing any more ghost hunts in that.
I would have billed him.
No.
Yeah.
So I would have shut that down. Sorry, William. But it is a form of vandalism in my eyes. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but
no, it is. It's vandalism. It's gross. It's okay. I'll tell you this, and I'll go back to all year long. When I get the chance to get my place over there, I am going to hire people that will know what to do about this kind of stuff and to deal with this kind of stuff. I will not allow vandalism like that in any of my places.
Well, I have been encouraging a place that I volunteer at to, when they let ghost hunters in, ask for a copy of their liability insurance,
Mm.
and to go with that, a copy of their policy, and to keep that on file. You know,
Okay.
anyone worth their weight over here wouldn't mind giving a copy of the policy
Mm.
along with the certificate over to that venue to keep on file. And if they continually go back, then they get to know one another.
Yeah.
But it also safeguards any damage, any theft. I mean, clearing up rubbish is by the by.
Mm.
Rubbish is rubbish. You can clear that and it's not an issue. But when it comes
Yeah.
to theft and vandalism, I think then these venues need to be claiming off of the policies, because I think they're getting away with far too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever heard of any venue claiming off of a policy?
No,
No.
I haven't.
I haven't.
I haven't.
No.
I mean, God forbid that Dan and I go into a venue and they have some items worth a lot, and I mean thousands, just sitting on a shelf like that willy-nilly. And I don't think they don't realise the worth of these items. If they get knocked, smashed, you cannot replace them. These are old items.
Yeah.
They're antiques. And yeah.
I always say if I book a venue for me and Viv, and it's like, say we go along with a team, or not a team, but one of these group venues, and we peel off on our own and do our own investigation, I always say to the team that I'm going along with, look, we're covered. Especially if it's somewhere historic and there's a lot of money. Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then I'll tell them that we're covered, and we're covered to the tune of how many ever million it is.
Yeah.
And the fact is that if nothing gets damaged, because we don't allow that. We won't do that.
Yeah.
Just to make them safe, knowing that we're insured. Because a lot of people go to these venues with these teams and go off on their own, and the teams never ever ask them for a copy of their insurance.
No.
Which is a bit worrying, isn't it? Because some of these buildings have got, as you say, historic artifacts easily taken out of the building, and I'm sure that's been done on more than one occasion. And they're irreplaceable, especially if they're part of the fabric of that property. It's so wrong.
I know.
Well, go ahead.
Go on, you go, Eric, because mine's a funny
All
one.
right. Well, I know the place that I was looking at, and I have a feeling it's going to be still available next year or the year after, because it's, more than anybody else can really afford. But I know for a fact there's historic stuff painted on the walls itself, that are worth value just by themselves. The whole places.
Mm.
Man, I just can't have somebody destroying it.
I know that this is how serious it can get. And I'm not going to mention names. Dan, be quiet. I know you're going to laugh. I know someone or some people. When I say people, they're a lot older than me, and some of them are dead now. Some of them don't even live in this country. But way back when, they went to a famous graveyard.
Yeah.
They opened up a grave.
Really?
Really?
Danced with the corpse.
Mm.
Yeah.
And put it in somebody's car.
No.
Somebody else got the blame for it and served 4 years in prison. Now, this is a very serious side of things. I was only very young when this happened. I wasn't there. I have nothing to do with it, but I know about this story. So, again, these people did what they did, and I'm presuming, out of boredom, against the establishment, to piss somebody off, to get their own back on someone, for whatever reason. Wrong on all levels.
Someone's
Okay.
loved one, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And again, you go into these buildings and seeing these items or relics or whatever that they've got in there, that's somebody's belongings.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a matter of respect in my eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Annette says that's terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
Crazy.
It's awful.
They left the remains. They left the girl. They looked with the woman. They left the body in the road when they finished.
Oh my
Didn't they? It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
It's like you can't credit it. You can't
Yeah.
credit. Why would you? I don't know.
And I had a
Sometimes people are beyond-
conversation. I did have a conversation with the man that served the 4-year prison sentence. We had a chat about it. Oh my God. And he knows it. He knows who did it. But again, he can't prove it. And it was so long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, things people do is absolutely terrible. And I don't care if you're on a TV show, whether you're a famous medium, a wannabe medium, or a reputable ghost hunting company, a cryptid person, a UFO person, whatever it is you're into, respect. Again, like this one is for you, Eric. Lighting fires in forests, is that an act of vandalism?
Oh,
Yeah, it is. It depends on how you do it. I mean, if you deliberately torch a forest, yes, that's vandalism. But if you're camping and you know how to make a fire in the forest without burning stuff down, that's different. You know?
Yeah.
We had an
Class as arson, isn't it?
Yeah. We had an incident here where somebody chopped a tree down, a very old, prominent tree that was
Yeah.
part
I
of
heard
the
about
British
that.
countryside. Oh my God, Dan, do you want to talk about that?
well, it should carry. In my opinion, that tree was 100 years. That should. I know it sounds harsh, but they get
Should
stuck
carry
on
a-
the wrist and then they get let off. That should be stuck away for 10 years for that.
Yeah.
Stuck away for 10 years for that. It stood there for hundreds of years, that tree.
Mm.
And they came along and just cut the bastards. Did they ever catch you, did it?
Yeah, they got so wasn't it a 14-year-old boy that did it on a
What a little
Hadrian's Wall?
shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Is that
I'll
the
be
scene where
honest
they
with you.
filmed Robin Hood?
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you. I still believe. I know it's not. I've revised my standing on capital punishment. I've revised that, but I still believe in corporal punishment. And I think if you're caught hands down doing that, 15 or not, that little bastard needs to be put into a town square and whipped. I'll tell you. And that's the only way I'll stop these little shits.
Yeah.
Because I remember at school, if you stood, you know what it was like now, David. Cane, slipper, you'd get the lot. Right? And it would prevent you. You would think twice about
Hey,
what
Robert.
you're going to do.
Or a bit of chalk around your ear rolls?
But no, that little bastard, 14 or 15, I'm sorry. And if that was my son.
Lois, do you think that ghost hunters of today, and I'm not talking about the more serious ones that do it on an academic level and researching. I'm talking about the ones that do it for hobby. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So do you think that over the years that their attitudes have changed and now it's more like an sense of entitlement? So if a venue wants to shut their door for whatever reason, they're all up in arms because, oh, well, we can't ghost hunt in there anymore because they've shut the doors for a year, or, do you think that it's becoming more, these ghost hunters that do it as a hobby are getting more entitled, therefore they think they own the place, sort of? I get that kind of sense with them.
Yeah, I'm getting that too, even watching.
No, you go, Eric.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yeah, I see that happen a lot, that people think that they can do whatever they want. It's my place. You guys can't hunt there because, like, whatever,
No, it's totally, I would say it's totally true. And you just find with amateur ghost hunters that do it for a hobby, they just come in and they do it for a hobby and they really don't care. And then I think they start to realise, like, depends on whom they watch or who they follow, then they start to want bigger things because they'll start saying they want to get away.
I'm sorry.
Picking up the vape noises. Move your
I think,
microwave.
do you know what? I think, unfortunately, it's not just ghost hunting, it's society, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think society's got like that. People have become very dismissive of other people, dismissive of other people's properties, just become very selfish, and it's all about them. You know, not everybody. There's still a load of people out there. Yeah, I
I've
do,
said
Robert.
that
I
for
do,
day one.
I do,
Who's-
Robert.
Who's Lee Spears?
That's Gob.
Well, do you
Okay.
do you know something? I don't know if I'm mellowing out in my old age, or it's the fact that he's away from her, but I feel a bit sorry for him about what she's done to him.
Thing is,
I never had a problem with either of them, really.
No,
thought
I
they were both
don't.
nice to us.
I don't. I like both of them. I think what they're going through is a personal matter, regardless. It's a breakup, it's a divorce. It will get nasty on both sides. It's got nothing to do with anybody else, to be quite honest.
No, but as long as he's happy, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And if he goes back to things, hey
Hi,
babe.
Bev.
But going back to what I was saying, so I like following, depending who they're following, is depending on their mentality, probably, because if they go with somebody.
Sorry, I was just reading that. Sorry, Lau, you carry on.
No, you're fine.
Wow.
Wow.
Nobody should be treated bad. Nobody should be treated bad.
No.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
I've seen that. Oh my God.
I don't like that.
When they were picking up, I've seen photographs being looked at, personal papers. It's like, what? And they're
Thing is-
actually showing it on.
The thing
Yeah.
is, they're, oh, these properties been abandoned, and you're like, well, yeah, it has, but it could be in probate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not that the people don't want the property or the belongings, but they can't do anything until it's gone through the courts.
Till it's got all sorted.
Yeah, you know, I mean, to be honest, breaking into a property that's abandoned like that, that's clearly had people living there, is as bad as breaking into a property that is still breaking into someone's property.
Yep.
I saw,
Still vandalism.
I
Yeah.
saw somebody went into a property. Now, it wasn't in this country. From what I was seeing, I was looking at France. But anyway, these urbexers have gone into this property, and it was a very large property, and they had, oh my God, Dan, it was beautiful. There were antiques in this place.
Some
Old
of them are gorgeous,
antiques.
aren't they?
And while they were there and they were going, oh, look at this, and we're looking at the items, clocks, there was all sorts still there. And while they were there, something happened, like paranormal wise, that shut them up and they ran out, which I was quite thankful for. But looking around that property, it's like, how the hell have you got in there? Two, you're blatantly putting it on social
Market.
media.
Mhm.
Right. It's like, well, have you got no shame? Really, have you got no shame? It's just advertising for these thieves to go in there, steal whatever they want, sell it on the black market.
You would think as well, wouldn't you? That I mean, the police don't really, what I call it, they don't really investigate proper crime anymore. They're all on the internet, nicking people for bad posts and what have you. But the thing that
Yeah.
they have
It's
got,
horrible,
they've got a
Laurie.
really good internet policing program. So why can't they go on there and find these people and go, well, all right, we know that property's clearly been broken into, or if it hasn't, he's trespassing's a civil matter, isn't it? But there's clearly got in there. We want to find out exactly where it is and take them to task. But they don't, do they?
Well, stalking. The police, they in England, they've got these new stalking laws, right?
That's right.
But to get a stalking charge come to fruition in England for a woman, even with internet, is still really hard. It's really hard. I think, without getting too political, our governments really need a big shake-up.
Oh,
really,
massively.
really need a big shake up.
That's for Scotland as well. They need a shake up as well.
Oh, the
'cause
whole of Britain does.
the whole,
the whole of Britain does.
because, well, and this is going off topic slightly, but there is a documentary that I noticed it's starting on Channel 4 because I've got the 4 app, and it's called, what is it, The Digital Detectives,
Yes.
and they're tracking people through like your social media, Instagram, your TikTok, YouTube, and things. So I'll give that a wee watch and see what that's like. Get the Tories done.
Yeah,
Funny with-
absolutely.
Oh,
There's no
dear.
choice, though, is there, really? All governments are pretty much as bad as each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a little bit different here for like, I'm not
I
for
know who that
vandalism,
is,
but
yeah.
if you
Disgusting.
basically, if somebody comes on my porch and I don't like them, I can shoot them right there
Yeah, but you're
without
lucky.
being
Yeah,
charged.
but your laws
Yep.
are totally different out in
Totally
the US.
different.
Wow.
You've got the
Oh, yeah,
Amendment,
absolutely.
You've got the Fourth
Yep.
Amendment, haven't you?
Yeah,
Mhm.
if
We
I went
haven't.
and shot someone off my garden, I'd get done for manslaughter
No. Do you know
Yep.
what, as well? If you were to chase somebody
and
out
a
of your
firearm
property,
charge.
this is the law in this country, believe it or not. If you were to chase somebody out of your property, you can't really chase them, but you can follow them to the gate.
Yeah,
And once they're at your gate and the other side of it, there's nothing you can do.
you can't do anything about it.
You
Public.
can't do anything
Yeah.
about it.
Eric,
And the
Eric.
police will only come out if the offender actually doesn't like physically harms you. Then it becomes a police matter.
Yeah.
Eric, my cousin in Wales was walking down the street.
Oh,
Yeah, like-
where
And
did those go?
he's a black belt in a martial art, and
Yeah.
somebody put a knife up to his throat and said, "Give me your wallet now." And he said, "I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Please leave me alone."
Mm.
And he pushed a knife in even further, and he said, "I'm going to cut you up if you don't give me your wallet." And he said, "I'll repeat, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I suggest you leave me alone." And he literally nicked him and said, "Do you want me to do the rest of your throat? I'll give me your wallet now." And so with that, my cousin picked him up and threw him through a shop window. Threw him right
Yep.
through it. So the police came, alarms went off, police came. The guy was in a bit of a state lying in the glass and the shop window things.
Mhm.
And they arrested my cousin, not the guy that cut his throat, that went to
Really?
cut his throat. My cousin was taken to court. He was bound over to keep the peace because of what happened. There was CCTV, didn't matter.
Mhm.
My cousin had to pay for the shop damages, the window, and the things in the window that was damaged as a result of. And the guy that was trying to mug him walked away scot-free.
Yeah, they
See, that
generally
wouldn't
do, don't
happen
they?
here. That wouldn't happen here
crazy.
one bit. Now, being a black belt, okay, number one, I can give a person 3 warnings before I do anything. After that 3rd warning, it's up to me whether or not to harm them, but I can only harm them to a point not exceeding a certain amount of damage to him. You know what I mean? I can't just outright kill him or something like that. But I can defend myself. I can make sure that he doesn't hurt me again, but that's about it.
Irene, arigato gozaimasu.
I don't have a word what you say.
That was thank you in Japanese. Thank you very much. She's lovely, Irene is.
Yeah.
So, while we're down a rabbit hole, I just want to ask you guys, and the chances are you'll most probably not seen it. Did anyone watch the Apollo 11 Forgotten Tapes last night?
No.
No, was it
No.
good?
Oh my effing God. Honestly. Oh, it was brilliant. If you get a chance to watch it, it's called the Apollo 11 Forgotten Tapes.
What
It's not
channel
a
was it
alien
on
body
Sky?
on it, is there?
It was on
Okay.
Sky. You might be able to find it on whatever where you get your satellite TV from. But it was all about Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Mike Collins. And it was all about the Apollo
I feel
first
sorry for
men.
him.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
That poor bastard Michael Collins went all the way out of the moon. He couldn't even get out to the water. He had to keep going
Don't feel
round.
sorry for him, because if you watch this thing, he did
We've got
say,
feedback.
yeah, he did say that he was okay with just orbiting.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was all right. I didn't care.
I'd
I
be
didn't want
jumping
to
at
go.
that.
Is there
But
feedback?
yeah. But the three of them got that mission by default, because the three that were picked were killed in a previous. Anyway, you need to watch it and see.
What was it about? Was it about aliens? Was it?
No, it's
Oh,
about the
that's
moon
all right
landing.
I might give it a watch.
I was going to find out who's got the feedback.
It's not me, because I've tried me.
Is it
It's not
me?
me.
Oh, hang on.
It's not me anymore. Or is it me?
I'm going to mute.
Not me, is it?
Is it me?
Is it me?
Viv, where sounds it?
Is it me?
Yes.
It's you. Fucking sitting here accusing all of us.
It's like standing in a cave and shouting, "Hello, hello."
I'll go out and come back in.
Whatever you said in Japan.
Still got it back.
Yeah, still got it.
Now what happened
Is
to
she
Lo?
gone? It
Yeah,
was low.
Lo's gone now too.
It was low.
I don't know if it was
Got it now.
Lo, but she's gone.
They're still coming out.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone. What happened?
Still got the feedback.
Hmm.
It weren't you.
That's not me.
Who the hell was that? No, it's not
I
me.
don't know. Lo
Robert.
disappeared.
Not me.
It's Dan. Hey. Oh,
I
there's
don't know
Lo.
where it's from.
Au revoir. No, it's me.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't you.
Wasn't it? Oh, well, it's StreamYard then. I hate my voice too.
Aw.
It was just Viv before. Once she went, it became everyone. So it's not me then.
Hey, let me come out.
You put your left leg in, your left leg out, in, out.
Yeah, still there. Is it you, Parker?
I don't know. I'll come out.
Why don't we just get rid of everybody and I'll just sit here and talk to everybody?
It might be Eric, you know.
It's still me?
Was it me? Was it still going when I wasn't there?
Yeah.
See, Robert. Keep
I
your mouth
think, to
shut,
be
you don't
honest,
know who it is.
I think it's a StreamYard problem.
Hang on.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hang on. What about now?
Yep.
It's
No.
Eric
It's
It's
Eric.
Eric.
sitting there playing all fucking innocent.
Hang on. I can't unmute his mic. There he is.
Back
You,
again,
Eric.
is it me?
It's you, Eric.
It is?
Yeah.
I figures. Shouldn't be that.
You-
Oh,
Turn the
oh well.
volume down.
Come on. Hold on.
Oh, wowie.
How about the? I don't know if it will turn my mic down though. I don't.
Hello, Eric.
Oh, Come on. Is that better?
No, we can still hear you, mate.
We'll do the
It's
hokey
still
cokey.
feedbacking.
Eric, go out and come back in.
All right.
Poor old Eric.
I know.
Musical chairs.
Oh, bless him.
Oh,
Hello.
I can't
It was Eric.
understand, Rob.
It was Eric, wasn't it?
Mm.
it was Eric. God love him.
He's having a rough time of it, isn't he?
He is, yeah. So, Parker, what have you done with your hair that's different? You've curled it up.
Just cut it.
He's like,
It's like a bit of a...
Well, you
It's
know,
like
have you
Bud
seen
Holly.
Have you seen Fury?
No.
Well, the film,
Yeah.
Get the Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, is it Peter? What's his name? He's the sergeant on the tank. What's his name?
Gary,
No.
the tank
Peter.
commander.
Peter?
No, his real name in the actor. Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of short there, but long on top.
And that's where the comparison ends.
I just something different, to be fair. So
I thought it was
quite
Bud
nice.
Holly.
I don't care. At least I've got hair.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Actually, that's true. Actually.
But no, it's something different, and yeah,
It looks,
I like
actually,
it,
it's all
alright.
right. It suits you, that does.
Yeah.
I like it. So yeah, it's all right.
Are you going to keep up with the style, though, every day? Are you going to style it? And
Yeah.
we
Apart from
expect
work.
you to look smart when you come out with us ghosting.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't want to look like a tramp anymore, so
You did in the first place. Oh, bless him. I don't think you look like a tramp. I
Oh,
think
here
you
comes
look quite
Eric.
handsome. You look quite handsome.
thank you.
Hello, Eric.
How about now?
Better.
No, you still got
Yeah,
it.
that's good.
Better? Okay.
Don't listen to Parker.
You're funny.
It's a bit simple. Just to, yeah, it's a bit like Dan. Bit like Dan. Anybody who think they're related?
We are.
Yeah, we are. We're Dumb and Dumber.
And I'm dumberer at the end.
Dumberer.
Dumberer.
Oh,
Dumb and dumber and dumberer. So vandalism. Anybody else got anything to say?
Just don't do it.
No. Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And if the government listening, bring back flogging for little arseholes that cut trees down. That's what I'm going to say.
Mhm.
In
Yeah.
fact, save yourself some money. I'll volunteer. I will flog them for you.
Okay, what about we touched slightly earlier on graveyards.
Sorry. Is that Eric? Oh, Eric.
Eric's gone again.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Just having a little eclipse here, look.
Total eclipse.
Total eclipse of the Eric.
So what about, let's talk about graveyards, because I think we're missing something here where ghost hunters are going into graveyards. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I go into graveyards, I still do.
Yeah.
But I will not put recent graves
No.
on camera because that's just a given. That's a respect thing. And I won't take a Ouija board necessarily into a graveyard.
No.
Because that again is a respect thing. But going into graveyards, you have the drunks that go in there that are kicking down headstones. All right. You get people going into graveyards to do drugs, just do silly things. And I think the ghost hunters that are there, that do go there, are keeping these kind of people away. Because, I mean, if I see it, I will challenge them. Definitely challenge them. But there are those that wouldn't challenge for whatever reasons.
Sorry.
Hi, Daryl. For whatever reasons. But what do you think about the vandalism in graveyards where people are now like are locking the gates at night to keep people
I think
out?
it's absolutely fucking disgusting. Pardon my French, it's disgusting. I think it's absolutely people. That's their last eternal resting place,
Mm.
and then to go and just wreck it, not just for the people that are there, but for their families to come along and then have to see that, you know. And also a lot of them. I know they're not, but they're historical headstones as well. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And to damage them, it's irreplaceable. You know, no, you don't do that. That's. I do believe there's something far worse waiting for you than judgment on this planet, on this earth, for people who do that.
Years and years ago, I got called into a church. Oh, you got CCTV. I said, yes, I've got CCTV. Oh, Eric's having issues. He says, sorry, guys, he's staying out. Eric?
Love you, bud.
Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah. So they asked us to set up the CCTV within the church. They asked us if 2 people would sleep over because they believed that somebody was trying to get into the church and to take lead off the roof.
Really?
And yeah. So we weren't allowed to, not that we would, we took a sneaky voice recorder in, but we weren't allowed to do ghost hunting per se, but we acted like security for the night. It wasn't a very good night. Nothing happened. Didn't get on anything on CCTV, but they were planning on getting their own CCTV to put up. But it was like the wardens of the church had asked us to go in to do them a favour, basically. And plus me and you, Dan, we went into a church with permission. We stayed in the graveyard with permission. And we had the most terrifying experience we've ever had. We've yet to go back.
And it's on video. It's gone viral. And it went viral, yeah.
Wait until your birthday. I'm going to get the cup.
It was awful. But again, we had a reason to be there. We were there with permission, and they knew we were there. And we were quite respectful. Well, I wasn't respectful to Dan that night, but
but I was used to that, so it was all right. It's business as usual. That was 2 years ago now. Yesterday, Viv.
Was it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. It was today, 2 years ago.
Oh, we need
It
to
came
go
up
back.
on my feed.
Yeah, I mean, see, there's also the church's conservation trust that also get involved, and so they should, because without their help and their knowledge and what they're doing, a lot of these churches and the old historic artifacts that they have, some of them are the graves themselves. Without their help, it just wouldn't happen, would it? I mean,
No.
Dan, we've met lots of people through that.
We have. And I think the thing with graveyards, the thing that we don't do, when we go into a graveyard, we don't, I see a lot, I don't like it. The one thing I don't like is they take a piece of equipment and they set it on a particular grave, and then they try and make communication with that person who remains in that grave. And I don't like that. I don't think that, I think that's a bit too personal. So what we do is we go to the graveyard, don't we? We don't try and walk around and pinpoint particular graves or headstones with, oh, let's see if we can contact this person or that person. We just sit there and respectfully wait to see if anybody wants to come and make themselves known to us. We make ourselves known that we're there in the hope that whoever's there, whether they're resident there or not, wants to come forward and say hello. Don't go in there and stick stuff on people's graves. And, it's just wrong.
Dan, somebody years and years ago, somebody I knew was going to a graveyard where my brother.
No, that's different, Viv. That's different because that's your brother, and you gave him permission.
I gave him permission
to do
that. Yeah,
and he was a ghost hunter. What I mean
at least he's asked to help, do that.
I did a video once, and it was a YouTube channel I used to have, and I did a video once, and I went over. It was a local graveyard, and I took some video of it. It was a very old graveyard. There were some new graves that were dotted around. I didn't really see them, to be honest. I just took a pan of this graveyard and did it in black and white, and then I stuck it up, and it was part of an intro. And a girl that actually used to follow me, she turned around and said to me, I see you've been at such and such a graveyard. That's near me, because she only lived up the road from me. My brother's buried in there. You can see his grave on your intro. And I said to her, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that they were new graves. I was just panning the Victorian part. Do you want? And I was willing to take it down because, just being respectful.
Yeah.
And so, no, I would never. I don't like that sticking things on. It's different. If somebody's a ghost hunter and you want to go there and make contact with that person, I think that's different because, they've done that. They've wanted to do that themselves. But even then, I would never stick something on someone's grave.
No.
No.
All right, here's a question. Auntie Beverly. Would you stick a voice recorder on Harry Price's grave?
Who's that for? Bev?
Everyone. Would you stick a voice recorder on Maurice Grove's grave?
I don't think I'd put it on the graves, but I would go to the cemetery and see if, call the name and see if they wanted to come forward.
Yeah, I wouldn't stick it on the
But I
grave
wouldn't be
or
sticking things on people's
No.
graves. I think that's just,
disrespectful.
Shall I tell you something
haunted.
really
I've
funny?
seen them sticking allegedly haunted items on people's graves that got no connection to the person in the grave. No. And if I'd have been there, I'd have gone, well, I'd have lost my shit with them. If it had been me, I'd have lost my shit with them.
So I went to one of the famous seven. There's the famous 7 graveyards of London. So anyone that's into their history would know about the famous 7. And they open up the graveyards to the public
they're
to go
amazing.
visit. And there's a reason why they do that. And one of the graveyards is where my brother is interred. And they encourage people.
They encourage those graveyards, Viv, aren't they? They're cities.
They encourage people to come in, to have a walk around, look around the famous graves. He's not in Highgate, but they encourage people to go in. They encourage people to have picnics in the graveyard.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
And they have a coffee shop in there that they open for the public that come visit in the graves. And they also have a central part, which they let out to people, if you like, to have exhibitions. They have open days. They had Chelsea football team down there for a kids' open day. They also have days where the goths and the vampires go and have their day in there. They also have a day where you can go and see the Undercrofts and go and visit the tombs underneath. So it depends how you look at it. I mean, it's a big affair that they do in this particular graveyard. And I know for a fact that none of my family have been asked, do we mind them doing this? And not that we would anyway, but no one's contacted us. And I should imagine, and it's a more recent grave, I should imagine nobody else does either.
No.
So it all depends how you view it and where you're going to put your mortal remains when you leave this earth. It's your choice where you put it. And if you put them there and you know that this happens, then I suppose you've got to suck it up, I'm afraid.
I think that's quite nice, though, isn't it?
I think it's a nice thing, but there'll be
nice.
other people out there that would say no.
See, I think that's nice because you're remembering them.
Yeah.
When you walk past the grave, particularly the really old ones, and nobody's been there, the family moved on 150, 200 years ago, and you're walking past the grave, you're remembering that person. And let's remember, that's why people were buried, or their tombs were in the floors of churches.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful walking over them. No, they did that so that you would remember them. When you walked over them, it was a form of remembrance.
Yeah.
Yes and no. It depends. I suppose it depends where you are and how the parish are dealing with those sort of things. I mean, you could look at New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? That's weird.
New Orleans, they celebrate death, and it's a completely different attitude over there than it is here.
Mm.
And I know there's parts of the Far East where they pull the bodies out, wash them. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
redress
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
mum-
I did this in counselling. I did the grief, loss, and bereavement, and we're looking at different cultural differences in what they
Interesting, isn't
do.
Mm.
And yeah, I was studying Buddhism, Judaism, and I can't remember what the third one was. And yeah, they wash the bodies, and it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Like what they actually do, and they have it was in Judaism where they have like this wee ritual that they do, and it was just amazing. And I just thought, oh my god,
Don't they
It's
give
interesting.
them? Don't they give them things like whiskey and fags and little gifts that go back in the grave with them, and they bring them?
Oh,
I
really?
did that with my papa. Unfortunately, I didn't have that with my gran because how long, obviously, between
Yeah.
time she died to hang me. But
Yeah,
with my
yeah.
papa, yeah, I put a fag in because he smoked all his days. I couldn't exactly put a bottle of whiskey in with him, but I did give him a fag, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just my sense of humour, you know, and that's something that my papa would have wanted.
Appreciated, yeah.
to do. Like,
Yeah.
But people
it's
have been
his
doing that for
thing.
centuries, millennia, haven't they? The graves, putting in presents with graves to see them through over the River Styx or what have you, or see them through you know, to the other world, the underworld or what have you.
Yeah.
And that's just respectful. I think
That's a
that's
nice
human,
thing.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's no right and there's no wrong. It depending on your beliefs. We're all entitled to our own belief systems, but you know, all I can say is that ghost hunter that put that voice recorder on my brother's grave and documented his voice. He had a very distinct voice, and she, bless her, she cut it for me, sent me the whole file. I heard his voice. I couldn't believe it was a direct answer to a question. I didn't say anything, and I played it to my mother. And I didn't tell her the story behind it, what that was about. I just played it to her. I went, here, Mum, listen to this. Played it to her, and she burst into tears. Rewind that, play that again. That's my Nick's voice. And I played it again, and she listened to what was being said, and she went, you know what, that's brought me so much peace, knowing that he's at peace and he's fine.
Yeah.
And so it had a happy ending. But she, you know, when I heard that the ghost hunter was going there, I said, go to this grave. You have my full permission. If anyone stops you, you ring me. So it had a happy ending. So it was nice, and I did give her the feedback afterwards, what I heard, played it to my mother, what she heard, and what the family took from that. So there was a reason for it, and it also helped her in her research. And I still have that clip somewhere amongst
And
them.
that's done, and it's done nothing but good, is it?
No, it's done nothing but
So you
absolutely
can't.
good.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And as a ghost hunter, not going to worry, are you?
No.
You know, like if it was like whoever you were, you know, whoever once you passed over, you know.
I think you're always going to get a for and
I
against.
think they're good places, Daryl.
A for and against. I think you're always going to get this sort
You
of
are.
seesaw of
You are. I mean, people
emotions.
say, don't they, about, well, what's the point of going there? You people, that's where their bodies are. But no, that's not just that, is it? Those people that are buried there, a lot of them probably went, if you pardon the pun, religiously every week to church.
Yeah.
It was a social hub. It was an event. People dressed up. It was a day out. They made the most of it. And a lot of people worked in them parishes and them churches.
Yeah.
People worked for a lot of different organisations that were attached to those churches. So yeah, people are still going to have fond memories of those places.
Yeah.
So you've got as much chance of getting activity there as you have anywhere, I think.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You only own a grave for 99 years.
Yeah, that's right.
What about if you build a mausoleum?
A what?
A mausoleum, like a house.
They're pretty cool,
Oh.
aren't
Yeah.
they, those? They're pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
They're like family tombs, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they just go on the
Yeah,
shelf.
yeah,
don't
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just they open and put you on in there, don't they? The coffin goes straight in, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Oh, that's what I want to do. I want a mausoleum. I want a glass coffin. So if anyone breaks in, let the fuckers look at me.
Imagine if you bought 70 plots and you built like a 4-story house on it.
Yeah, you have all your mates in there as well. Yeah, come on, join in. Cheap funeral.
Anybody comes in here illegally, I'm going to haunt your ass.
I'm going to throw some bricks at you. Just leave a pile of bricks in the corner so I can lob them at people.
That's
Beverly says 100 years.
100 years, eh?
Don't know.
Do you know what? I'd love to do one of them. That interests me, the thought of doing one of them.
Or synagogue.
A lot of people have done synagogues
Oh.
and had good stuff from them.
look at all the troublemakers in here.
Hey, hello, Jeremy. How
Hey,
you doing,
Jeremy.
bud?
Jeremy, when we're talking about graveyards, when you pass over, you can come and join in. You can go in Dan's 4-story mausoleum. He's going to build.
Mausoleum.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's going to be like a big council house. I'm going to make it like a right eyesore.
Oh,
Eric's seen vandalism in a mausoleum too. Wow.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Wow.
Wow. That's just stumped me. Why would anyone do that?
Because
It's
some people
just-
are just vile, aren't they?
Scumbags.
Some people are just vile.
Yep.
I mean,
Vile.
in England, we have some of the most beautiful, apart from New Orleans, but we have some of the most beautiful mausoleums, which are now trying to be preserved in Highgate Cemetery, which is
Yeah, well,
why
it's got listed buildings,
they're
haven't they, now?
listed. They're listed buildings.
And they should be.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. 4-story mausoleum
Only for people that we like.
with a brothel on the top floor.
So all the hooers are going in the top.
Yeah.
You're going underneath them, Dan.
All your slapper goes up there. I'll be making me way up them apples every night.
Is Jay invited in this mausoleum?
No.
Greedy.
Oh, that really saddens
Oh.
me.
What? Bloody hell, really?
That's
That's
awful.
disgusting.
Hope no one's afraid of.
No, the slappers are going up there, so it'll be all right.
And I'm gonna have a big
Yeah.
veranda so I can do goat peas on people.
The golden showers.
Go. Woo, boo, boo.
Yeah, we don't get- Hi, Tim.
Oh, you Tim.
Sorry, we're talking about graveyards here, not slappers and ghosts.
That's what Dan wants to do when he goes.
I like the guy in America who bought. He's bought the tomb, or he's bought the slot above Marilyn Monroe, and he's laid special permission that he wants to be laid face down in the coffin.
No.
So the- I think that's quality. But exactly, it's ectoplasm everywhere. You know what I mean? innit?
Oh my
You know
god.
what I mean on that. Eh?
Oh wow.
But on a serious side, though, yeah, vandalism. Again, in graveyards, it's just not acceptable. I don't care who
No.
you are, whether you're a ghost hunter, member
No,
of the
it's not.
public. It's just not. And you know what? I think more of us need to be coming forward and saying something to these people rather than putting your head down, scurrying past and saying nothing.
Yeah, they need.
or
Yeah,
filming it. Just get in there and bloody stop them. End off.
Yeah. I think it's absolute. And actually, I'd like to know what penalty that. I bet they get. I bet it doesn't carry much of a penalty, does it?
Probably not. Asbo, probably.
Yeah, and it's one of the most heinous. I think to me, it's like a really heinous crime doing that. But it carries. I bet it doesn't carry any penalty. Well, bloody hell, proper crime doesn't seem to carry much penalty now, does it?
No. No, it definitely don't. Not.
But I do think we need to get out of this. Well, if I'm not going to report it because somebody else behind me might do.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
That's like
No. At the end of the day, you have a hole in your mouth and a voice. You should use it, even if you say something so it makes them and they stop. It's something. You know, I'm not saying that you should go in there, take your shoes off, and beat the granny out of this person. What I'm saying is,
but you should
make a comment, take a photograph, go to the police, take 5 minutes from your time just to stop these things from happening. I just think...
it needs to. Do you know what? It's like well, there's been there seems to be a lot of vandalism in these graveyards, and it does seem to. It's like you need the old Victorian night watchman back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know when they used to guard against like the body snatchers and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the resurrectionists and that. You need that back again, don't you? It's like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is that Daryl?
He's right, though.
Yeah, don't you mess with me. That's him. Yeah, but I do think that if you see
He's got a lot of stock and 2 smoking barrels on us.
Yeah, definitely. I love that film. It doesn't make any sense, but it's a good film.
Don't give that dog a squeaky
That's brilliant, isn't it? I love that. I love it.
Or what did they say then? Well, bloody hate pikeys, I do.
Right, Dags.
You like dogs.
Dags. Sorry.
That's a fucking big fella you are.
That's bad.
Yeah, you fucking big fella you are.
You're the boy one.
We had that council patrol the graveyards to stop vandals. Our councils wouldn't do that.
I bet they're about as much use as freaking Paw Patrol, though, aren't they?
I better off your Paw Patrol.
Get Viv on the case. What did they used to say? Gives a job.
Top of the
morning, bottom of the afternoon.
What's the crack?
Oh, Daryl, bless you. I will say, but don't tell the other channels you're one of the best around.
Oh, Daryl, what do you want? I'll pay you later.
Nice warm van.
What do we in the van? In the warm? Sorry, I'm only kidding with you, Rob. Bless him. Yeah, but that does get my go. I do walk a dog once a week during the day in a graveyard, and it makes me laugh. Right, there's a patch of grass. Whether it's got bodies on there underneath there, I don't know. It's not marked in any way, and the dog does his business. Then I clean it up. Then we put it in the bin. We sit on the bench, and I walked around the grave. The
Why
graveyard.
did you put the dog in the bin?
Not to put the dog in the bin. But then I saw remnants of graves that had been smashed, and it was just so sad. So I'll make a point of taking the dog there. I mean, the dog, that little tiny, it's always the same place, and it's always cleared up. But she'll be back. But yeah, so is that disrespectful? Not really. I mean, one day I'm going to pick the dog up and take her in the church, as you can see, and say hello.
Doesn't do any hurt, does it?
No.
Doesn't do any harm. Oh, it's nice. It's nice to have animals around you, isn't it? When you. Where'd you go, Lo?
I don't know. It just keeps kicking me out every so often. I'm in the middle of listening to you, and then I'll hear your voice sounding off to the left, and I'm like, what the hell? It's like, all right, that's me away then.
So, Lo, what's happening on your show on Thursday?
Right, well,
Thursday.
Wednesday. I'll start with Wednesday night. Nick Files. I'm
Oh, yeah, it's Nick's back
going
on.
on.
the
I'm going on to Nick show to finish off something that I was doing with him. On Thursday, I won't be there, but Nick will be there, and they'll be talking about serial killers who inspired real life movies, real life. Say it again, Lois. Real life serial killers who inspired movies, right? On the Friday, I can't speak the night. On the Friday, we've got Lucy Bilton coming on to Frighteners.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Oh,
What does she,
Lucy,
what does she do?
She's a medium, for what I understand, for what Ian told me. So I've got her on Friday. It was Ian that got her for it, so
That'd be a good show.
all I've got
that
is Lucy,
definitely. And then on
Bilton.
Friday
I think.
after that, I'm on Jenny's show. So all week I've got podcasts.
Whose
Well,
show are you on?
Jenny's.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we've got something really, really exciting.
Oh yeah, I've been looking forward to this.
Dan, do you want to tell him what's happening tomorrow night?
No. I want to keep it till the last minute, to be honest with you, because it's proper good.
So tomorrow night, what we're asking everyone is, we're not going to put comments up tomorrow until the end. We're not going to say hi and wave at people like we normally do. We're going to keep that till the end, because we have a very, very important and
Shall I tell them?
give them a little clue. Go on, Dan.
This is a true story. Our guest tomorrow night is from the States, and he had a run-in as a child, him and 3 of his friends, with a cryptid.
That's
And
all
the
it is.
story,
Oh, wow.
story is terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In fact,
Right.
he's been on a circuit in the States. He's well known in America. And his story's so bad that one of the shows that he's on, which is a massive show, massive podcast, it's got millions of viewers. The guy on it turned around and said, quite rightly so, out of all the years I've been doing this, this is the one story that terrifies me more than anything.
Oh, wow.
He said so
Yeah.
bad
Wow.
that he had trouble going out at night.
So, guys, tomorrow
Ooh, that'd be
we
quite
are
interesting.
we are going to hear this guy's story tomorrow, and
He's
then
amazing.
afterwards we'll have all the questions and everything that go, because we need to hear what he has to say. So tomorrow is a big show. So Alison's asking, who is it, please? Find out tomorrow. Tune in
tomorrow, Alison. Sorry, I won't tell because it'll give it away. But the one thing is, it does prove a point with this guy, and it proves a point that as Matt, and this is, I call it a story. It is a story, but it's real.
Story. Yeah.
This is the truth, and I know it's the truth because I've checked up on it, and it's real.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it points out that, I'm not going to say too much, but it does point out the fact that these things, they're not of this world. They're not. I'm not saying they're not interplanetary, but there's a real supernatural element to them.
Yeah.
And I will say, Dan's been waiting a long time. You've been trying to get this guy on, and he's finally agreed. So, yeah. So we are looking forward to this tomorrow night. It's going to be an emotional thing. So people get tissues ready.
It's not Mothman, Alison. It's the
worse.
Killer ducks from Mars.
Well, what I'll do is then if you guys want, what I could do is deconcentrate your guests and give them full 100%. I'll come on and I'll share our 2 profiles.
Oh, thank you.
That'd be good, please. Yeah.
So yes, so tomorrow night is a big one.
He's a lovely, lovely man. This guy, absolute gentleman, really nice man. I can't wait to.
I hope he
to
doesn't
sort of
scare.
speak to
I
him.
hope he doesn't scare me from doing my own squatching that I've got going on here this end. But
Well, I'll be putting my fingers in my ears, going la la la, can't hear it, la la la, like that, and I'll be going stop, I've just wet myself.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Oh, bless him.
Oh,
He's a
thanks,
member.
Tim.
I want to give this as a shout out because this is quite important. So the UK BRT is a cryptid and it's a big organisation that covers all umbrellas, let's say. And there is a guy behind it called Daniel Lee Barnett, who is hosting
Lovely young man.
A CryptidCon. It's more than a CryptidCon. It's got everything.
You've got everything, can
Just check out his Facebook channel. He's on YouTube, Mythical Legends.
Good
To
channel.
see what he's about. But there's some of us that are going to this CryptidCon in April. Some of them from the ghost hunting background. We're all going to be meeting down there, and it will be a good day out. And his tickets are not expensive either. So
Sunday week, isn't it? I think.
yeah, if you can
Sunday
get
week.
down there, if you want to meet, who's going to be there?
Oh, I can't think the woman's name. She's on
Finding Bigfoot.
Oh, what is their name?
Expedition Bigfoot is also being covered
there.
by Ronnie LeBlanc is going to be there.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Daniel's going to be there, and there's going to be all sorts of people there. Me and
It's
Dan
gonna
are
be
going to be there.
We're going to be there. We're going to be there with we're going to be with Andy, aren't we? We're going to be there with Andy,
Oh yeah.
which was exciting.
Poor Andy.
exciting,
He's
yeah.
getting left behind.
It's exciting. And also, do we know anybody else who's going there for the ghost hunting fraternity?
I think there's a couple of people going up there from Nottingham are coming down.
Good.
So yeah, it's
Good. We want
it's
as
really
many
good.
people there, don't we?
So it's going to be good.
Get them
So,
tickets sold.
Sounds great. Can't wait to learn about his credible running. If you
Yeah,
can't,
you
you can't make it
Alison.
tomorrow, you can always watch us on Catch Up, and we will be putting it out on YouTube as well, so you can catch up with that there. So yeah, we don't take it down. It'll be left up.
Yep.
He's getting the letters, JJ. Oh, Daryl's off again.
No, it's
Probably
not
me.
him, mate. It's not. Well, they might be for somebody else, but not for the fella I've got.
That's my
I didn't know
JJ.
you went away, William.
It's Boomerang William.
Poor William, leave him alone. What date
Tomorrow
is it?
night, it's on May the 10th.
Tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So it's going to be an exciting week. And I don't know if the boys I don't know if they'll be on Monday. I know that one of the Dark Mirror boys is out on his jollies.
He's lashing it up, that boy.
Yeah, what I've seen of it.
He's doing the what they call it, the boot magnum challenge thing, isn't he?
Yeah, I've seen that.
He did that, and he was like a wuss. He was beaten by his young daughter. He'd done it in 6 minutes and so many seconds, which I think I was quite impressed with.
Oh dear. So back to the usual time then. Lou. Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah,
You were a long time. Number 2.
I know.
Lou for number 2.
Number 2s. The event thing. The event is going to be on the 18th. Hang on, I shall tell you guys.
Didn't Dan say the 10th of May? Did I hear?
No, tomorrow. Sorry, I meant us. We're on.
I was going to say that's my anniversary, the 10th of May. I was like, if it's tomorrow, then Stephen's out the Monday.
10th of April. Sorry, his name's out the window. How many years have you been with him?
10 years, been a decade.
Poor
Decade
bastard.
next month.
That poor man.
Poor bastard.
Right,
That
it's called
poor
everyone.
man.
It's called the Bigfoot Bash, and if you go on to Daniel Lee. In fact, I'll share it on my profile. It's called the Bigfoot Bash. It's on April the 28th at 12 p.m. till 4 p.m.
Exciting.
at Purple Spoons Cafe, Burnham-on-Sea. Adult tickets £30, family tickets £80 for this one. But yeah, it's going to be good. And there's another one.
What if you went with 70 of you and pretended you were a family?
I don't know. Renee Holland from Finding Bigfoot is going to be there.
Yes, that's the girl.
And there is also another one in July, which Parker, I have your ticket for you. So if you get on the website and have a look, it will all be on there for you. So there's another one that's happening later on in the year. So there are two going on. So if you can't get to the one in April, there's another one in July. But details for that, I don't know if they've been released or who's going to be speaking there, but it's going to be good. It's a good catch up. So yeah.
Yes, it'll be fun.
It will be fun.
It'll be lots of fun.
So, guys, I think we've come to the end of the show. We've been going an hour and a half ish.
Yeah, it is.
But don't be scared to speak
Tune in
on
tomorrow.
vandalism when you see it. Just, if you can do something, then do it. Don't just walk past and don't leave it to somebody else, because they most probably have the same thoughts or the next person.
It'll never get done then.
See it, say something and stop it. I'm not saying that you should go and accost them. I'm not saying that at all. But at least say something or make a comment.
We could make a record like Zamo. Just say no.
Just say no. Yeah.
You remember? 1980, whatever it was.
No.
You won't.
I was actually going to say, like, Viv sounds like the advert when you're on the train in ScotRail. Say it, sort it.
Report it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Say it.
Do it. Just do it and sort it. Right?
Sort it.
Sort it. But at the same time, use common sense. If there's a group of them and one of you, just keep your mouth shut and report it to the police or, the authorities. Get them involved.
Yeah.
Don't ever put yourself at risk or in danger.
And if you do feel threatened, if there's a big bloke there on more than one, join in.
No.
That way you won't get beaten up.
No. I just shout at them, tell them, "Oi, what the hell do you think you're doing?" and push Dan in front of me.
I went up the far end and gone, "Stop it!"
And if you want to get by Dan, just grab his arse and he'll say, "Oh, you lucky bastard."
I'll go, "I know where you live. I'll tell my mum."
Oh, Sarah, bless you. Oh, bless her.
Oh, Sarah, missed you again. I was going to just about to say, "Where's Sarah?" I haven't seen Sarah.
She's most probably been
You're all right,
busy.
Sarah.
She's most probably been busy. You leave the poor woman alone.
Busy person. What can you do?
Sarah, you have not missed much. We just made Parker cry. That was all.
No,
It's
just had
just
the
us
image
tonight.
down in the graveyard running after these two lads, and he can't.
I'll hide behind a big mausoleum and shout out, "Oi! I'm going to tell your mum." Well, if I were doing it at night, you could hang behind the thing, go, "Oi! Leave my tomb alone."
Oh my God.
Take your megaphone.
You won't be able
Oh,
to put it
that
in
would
your
be
bedroom at
fun.
night, will you?
Daryl, do you reckon? I've seen it. It's not. Honestly.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's like
It
it's
will
like
be
last
after he
night,
runs
but a
after
double
them two
eclipse.
lads. It will be.
When I bend over, I can block the sun out as well.
There's the eclipse.
Oh my god.
And he clips to the hips.
God. We've gone down rabbit holes again now.
Oh my guilty conscience.
Has anyone got any questions before we end the show?
Not really.
There are people in the chat, not you, Parker.
I've got a question. If a train was to leave Liverpool Street at 2 miles an hour, how many hours would it take you? There's a full moon.
Bless you.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, we're sending you love and healing.
Yeah, hope you get better soon, Sarah. Oh, that's horrible. Poxy chest infection. It's that time of year again, isn't it? Everybody's getting them.
Yeah.
It does.
That time of year again.
A big Paracon meetup.
You know what? I would love to do that, Daryl, but I fucking can't stand anybody.
Oh.
As much as I'd love to, I think they're all pricks.
Oh my god.
So you'll learn with me, Daryl. I'm very nice to people's faces, but I'm one two-faced horrible bastard behind their backs.
I can totally agree to that one.
Can't you?
Look, at Christmas,
I love you too, bub.
we're getting together at Christmas for just a meal.
Yes, we are actually.
So there is something going to happen, and everyone will be invited who wants to go. So
I'll be slagging everybody off behind their back.
I'd hate to think what you're saying about me. No, in fact, I know.
My Native American name is Danny Two-Face.
Oh my god.
Parker's gone.
Right,
God.
guys, I am going to have to go just now, but I will catch up with you real soon.
So you got your brothel light on, love? You're touting.
Wait now. I'm in the mausoleum. I can't hear you. I'm on the fourth floor. Up.
Blow and go.
See you later, Lo. Love ya.
Love
See
you.
you, love you,
Bye.
love.
Bye. Bye. Love you guys.
Oh, dear.
She's a working girl.
Stop it. I fucking can't stand that girl. She's such a cow.
Poor Lois. Oh dear. Right.
She's not even Scottish. She pretends to be. Fucking Lithuanian.
Stop it.
Right, guys, I think we should end right there.
Yeah, I do too.
Catch us tomorrow night. We'll be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow on the Simply Spooky channel. But thank you everyone in the chat for joining us.
More
And
two-face
we
content
appreciate
soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.